Oh, bother.
Hello my friends, and after quite some time, I'm happy to say welcome back to the channel. I'm Yin Yang, and with the very first anniversary of, well, my very first video coming up, I thought, what a great time to come back to Total War and really come back to sharing my passion with all of you. Now, that being said, I am going to be trimming some of the fat from the channel. There's some stuff that really just doesn't work. Not because I don't enjoy talking about it, but because I don't enjoy the rat race trying to get information out. So I'm not going to be doing news very much anymore. I might do some trailer reactions, but the main focus of this channel is going to be Let's Plays, and not the long form Let's Plays that I never finish, but the more short form Let's Plays where we kind of mix it with showcases. I really want to show you guys all the campaigns that you might not have had a chance to play, and maybe some that you have had a chance to play, but maybe not the way that I play it. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic, Ulfric Grondal from Team SCM's Tribes of the North. Alright, and kicking things off, we've got High King Ulfric Grondal of the Bjornling. Now, if you've never heard of this guy, he's actually, well, he's a different kind of Norscan. And he's the father of Arnessa Saltspite. And if you've never heard about this, then let me humor you for just a second. So, Arnessa was born with a mermaid tail, a blessing from the god Manon. Ulfric didn't see it this way though. He saw it as a curse from the Chaos Gods. And a useless one at that. So he summarily chucked her off of a cliff. Now, thankfully, Arnessa survived and became the wonderfully angry pirate princess that we know today. But that really just goes to show what kind of guy that Ulfric is. He doesn't care for chaos. He acknowledges its power, right? But he doesn't want that power to be what dominates Norsca. He thinks that Norsca is for the Norskans, men who forge their own path. And so that's the kind of campaign that he's going to lead. Not one where he vies for glory or favor from a chaos god, but one where he takes power from wherever he can get it. In fact, he will even go so far as to ally, or at least team up with Southerners, Imperials, Bretonnians, even the Kislevites. It doesn't matter. Whatever it takes for him to become the dominant power in Norsca, he will do it. And that's the kind of campaign that we're going to be playing with him as we forge our own path for Norsca. So let's take a look at his map real quick. He's going to be starting in the southwest of Norsca. A pretty large swath of land, but don't be fooled by this. He does not start in any kind of advantage. He's actually going to be in a two-front war with the Scaling tribe to the south and the World Walkers to the north. He's also going to have an enemy in Albion, although they have not declared war at this point. Looking at his faction effects, he's going to have Fishing Stance, which replaces Full Speed Stance, which means he's not going to move around as fast, but the Fishing Stance is definitely going to come in handy and something that we'll talk about when we get into the campaign. He's going to be able to influence the Kislevite Civil War by sending Norscan raiding parties to plunder Kislev territories. Again, something that we'll dive a lot deeper into as we get into the campaign. He's going to get allegiance, an extra boost to allegiance, for alliances with the Empire. He's going to have diplomatic relations -30 with Norsca, and that's going to be a result of him not really caring for the Norscan gods, being the Chaos Gods. And finally, the Bjornlings cannot worship the Chaos Gods, but they do worship the gods of men. He's going to have +50 relations with Nordland, an ability, Bragnar's Raiders, for Huskarls and Marauder champion units, as well as melee defense +2 for each confederated Norscan tribe. Now, if all that sounds very good to you, like it does to me, well then I hope you enjoy this Let's Play, and let's go ahead and get started. And I'll see you on the campaign map. All right, and here we are with the Bjornling. Now, as you can see, you're going to be starting down in the... oh, got a little bit going on here. There we go. So, as you can see, you're going to be starting down in the southwest, the very tip, actually, of Norsca. So, if you're looking to defend your territory from an onslaught from the World Walkers, well, then you better just hope they go the opposite direction. In the meantime, we've got to deal with Crom Banhasser. Banhasser? I'm not sure how you say that. Anyway,
moving amongst them.
Before we get into that, let's take a look at our army real quick. So we're going to have High King Ulfric Grondal. He's going to be pretty well stacked. I wish he actually carried his axe around like this. He walks around two-handed, but that's okay. He is going to have 3 mounts that he can get: the Norscan Warhorse, the Marauder Chariot, and finally Aristad's Might. Now that's going to be an awesome mammoth that well, you'll just have to see it once we get there, but it's a pretty sick looking mount. He's also going to have the standard basic tree for a Norscan chieftain, but he's also going to have his own unique tree that's pretty well developed. I mean, what is that, 12 skills that you can get all together? I think that's pretty awesome. Moving on, we've also got Otta Winterclaw. Now let's take a look at her real quick. She is going to be a, well, basically Eowyn of Norsca. She's a shield maiden. She can chuck spears. She's pretty powerful, although she's not going to hold up very well against some of the mightier champions down here in Norsca. So I wouldn't send her against, I wouldn't have her doing 1v1s unless you've softened up that target first. Now, as for her skills, she is going to be a standard hero, like a champion style hero, but she is going to have her own, unique, her own unique skill line as well. It's not quite as well developed as King Ulfric's, but still pretty good. Finally, she's going to have a Norscan Warhorse and a Manticore. Now, some other things that you're going to be able to get that are going to be pretty different from the rest of the Norscans, even if you're playing Team SCM, you're going to have Huskarls. Huskarls are going to be kind of a tier above the Marauder champions. You're also going to have your own unique Marauder champions. Everyone here is going to be pretty unique, just in the way that they look. Finally, you're going to have a Feral Ymir. Now, this is going to be kind of a Yeti situation. So if you've been looking forward to seeing the Yetis for the ogres, well, look no further, because you've got Feral Ymirs right here. They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close, so I'll take what I can get. And I believe that's going to really be it for what they've got as far as unique monsters and infantry go, but let's just take a look real quick just to be sure. Oh, I forgot about that. So they're going to have 2 different kinds of heroes as well. The Scald Hornblower. These are going to be sorcerers. They're going to be kind of like buffer lords. And then we've got the Scald Drummer as well. They're just, and once we get some of those recruited, we'll take a deeper look at them. He's also going to have access to some ogres, so that's going to be pretty cool. He's going to have man-eaters. Like I said, he really wants to do whatever it takes. If that means he's got to team up with ogres, that means he's got to team up with ogres. But he is not going to be a slave to the Chaos Gods, and that's something that's going to be pretty dominant throughout this campaign. With all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this first battle with the Scaling Tribe. Though at first glance, the Bjornlings are a different kind of army with much less horns and iconography, it doesn't make them any less savage warriors. King Ulfric might not favor the Chaos Gods, but it doesn't mean he won't use the tools at his disposal. Be that a giant from the frozen north, an emir from the mountains, or even his shield maiden, Ada, he will use every tool at his disposal to become king of all Norsca. All right, and we have a decisive victory, of course. And we're going to take on that replenishment, really start boosting ourselves up. Now, you might have seen that we got devotion from that. So let's actually take a look at that. So we're going to have access to the motherland. Now, obviously, we are not of the motherland, but we can feed into, well, their politics through our supporter actions, as well as take from their gods with devotion. Now, I'm going to hold off on doing any kind of invocations right now, but I do think that we can go ahead and start supporting one force or the other in this race. And I'm going to support the Ice Court for no other reason than I don't like Castalta. And as you can see, we had to expend our supporters just to do that. Instead of hurting one faction or another, we are able to boost one faction or the other, which is really cool. And we actually get supporters, well, a few ways. We can get them through our invocations, right? As we level, or as we fulfill whatever the supporter generator is for these invocations, we can actually get more and more supporters. I should say Norscan mercenaries. But there is another way to get more Norscan mercenaries, and that is with the fish market. Now, I will talk about how we get more fish here shortly, but for now, we're actually going to take a look at the fish market itself. Now, with the fish market, we can do one of two things. We can sell to local tribes, that's going to get us Norscan mercenaries and a surplus of gold. Or we can sell to the Grand Barony of Nordland, which is going to get us a diplomatic relations +5 with Nordland, and a treasury. Now I have, or a treasury increase, excuse me. Now I've seen this number go up higher, I've seen this number go up higher. It really just depends. I'm not sure what dictates that, if it's just RNG or what it is, but we're going to go ahead and sell to the Grand Barony of Nordland, get a little boost in income, and we're going to use that income to invest in ourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a Norscan chieftain. Let's see. I like him. Yeah, let's go with Njal. Njal. I'm not sure. Someone can correct me down in the comments. We're going to go ahead and recruit him. And he's going to start recruiting troops for us. Actually, let's get some more spearmen. I'm not too keen on spearmen, but we already have some, so might as well just keep the keep it going, basically. And we're going to zoom our way back into our own territory. And finally, let's invest a little bit into High King Ulfric. So we could make him tougher, but he is a leader of men. Even though he's a fighter, he's more of a leader of men. So we're going to go ahead and give him dominating presence. Now, for those of you who don't know, I don't play these games to min-max or anything like that. I play them as thematically as possible. So I'm going to be trying to make decisions that would reasonably be made by the characters in which I'm playing. Finally, let's take a look at our technology tree. We have really mostly the basic technology tree of the Norscans, which isn't that bad. But we also have these invocation researches down here, or technologies down here, excuse me. I'm not really too keen on investing on any of that right now. Instead, I would rather invest in getting more leadership for our marauders and in getting recruitment down for those same marauders. So let's focus on recruitment for now, and then we'll come back and do leadership. And that's going to be really it for the first turn. We could do an invocation. We're going to wait until we can start racking up battles and getting more supporters for our invocations. Until then, I will see you in the next turn. All right, and coming back in, we've got a notification for the Kislevite Civil War. Not really going to be much going on here than what I've already explained, but if you want to pause it real quick and read it, be my guest, but I'm going to go ahead and move on.
Okay.
All right, and we're going to keep on moving up through our own territory. We don't need to be in force march stance. We are going to go ahead and continue our recruitment. Actually, let's go ahead. I know I say go ahead a lot. Let's allow him to recruit. And then we'll take you.
Moving out.
Give those troops back. And then we're going to get out into the ocean so that next turn we can start fishing. And when you fish, you're going to get plus 10 fish per turn. You're going to get a negative upkeep because, well, your army is going to be, or not negative upkeep, minus 45% upkeep because your army is going to be feeding itself it's kind of like foraging. And then you'll be able to sell more fish, right? Which is what we want.
Overrun the world.
So it's probably a good idea to keep someone fishing at all times. You don't have to have a lot of people out there doing it, but at least keep that plus 10 per turn. And we'll still wait to invoke. And guys, I'm not going to make you watch every single turn. There's really no point in that. So what we're going to do is I'll probably skip a few turns until we get back into some action, or running up into some action, and we'll go from there. And it looks like Ada is ready for some points, so we're going to make her an even better shield maiden because she is basically Ulfric's bodyguard. All right, and I will see you guys in a few turns. Okay, and we are actually back a little earlier than expected. The World Walkers have decided to make their move against us as we were moving towards the monument of Bjorkhill Bloody Hand. Ulfric decided to come out and challenge us. I guess the gods have decided that that's what he's going to do, so that's what he's going to do. So let's get out here and show him what's what. Though some of his retainers urged Ulfric to muster the full might of the Bjornling army before marching into another campaign, when fighting Ulfric the Wanderer, decisive action must be taken. In order to goad the Wanderer into a fight, Ulfric marched forth with fewer troops than necessary to take the Norscan fortress. many of whom had yet to see their first true battle. This would give the glory-seeking Ulfric a hard-to-resist target, playing right into Ulfric's hands. But just because a beast takes your bait, doesn't make it any less dangerous to bring down.
Magic is chaos! That is true magic! Magic is chaos! That is true magic! Magic is chaos! That is true magic! Is that all you got? We are blessed by Bash their heads in! Drinking victory! Pathetic! This is the true path to demonhood! This is the true path to demonhood! Our magic is stronger! Rip their hearts out! This is the true path to demonhood! Our masters deserve us! This was not meant to be! This is the true path to demonhood! Chaos! This was not meant to be! Everything must die! Is that all you got?
And of course, a close victory. It was actually a little bit challenging there for a moment, but fortunately we were able to limit Ulfric's damage because he can be a pretty powerful opponent to deal with. So Let's replenish again. We have pushed him back, and I will see you in the next turn. All right, and we are, well, we're here with Wulfric the Wanderer. He has been defeated by us. By all rights, he should join us, and I think that we're going to have him join us because, well, he's a great champion to have on your side. So we're going to form that confederation. It is going to send us into the red. Let's take a look at his units, what's left.
My challenge.
Now, we killed his mammoth, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Probably would have spared that creature if I'd really thought that through.
Sea fangs ready.
And I think really that's enough cuts for now. I would normally get rid of the Marauders with great weapons. However, they're so ranked up, I hate to do that to them. So we're going to keep them.
Champions fall.
I wish that we had a way to get to Fueled by War, make his upkeep a little bit less. But that's not what we're going to focus on with him. What we're going to focus on instead is making him the toughest bastard he can be. And we're going to take him off his warhorse because I don't like him on his warhorse. I think he's cooler on the ground. I mean, he's the hunter of champions. And we're going to focus you on your magic. So he's tough already, so we're going to leave that alone. I would reset him, but I don't want to wait 3 turns to get him back. And then let's start moving Borkill up. Not Borkill, Ulfric. I've got a lot of names rumbling around in my head right now.
Without doubt.
And while we're at it, because we just had a big battle, let's go ahead and invest in Salyak. Get that replenishment up.
A challenge?
Everyone should be in a lot better shape come next turn.
Decamping. No escape.
Now, while we're at it, let's take a look at what we can get done. Not a whole lot right this second. We've still got Niall out there fishing, so we'll wait on him. We'll do another round of sales to Nordland probably to get some more income, and that ought to tide us over until we get to into a better position. Let's give you Route Marcher, and then we're going to give you. Well, we're going to just continue to make you tougher. Now, I'm amazed that Wulfric was able to get his troops so chevroned up. I have had no success in getting that done. I've only fought the 2 battles. I don't know what he could have been fighting, but that's okay.
Overrun the world.
We don't need to move you, but we do have a commandment available. So while we can't make anything cheaper, we can increase our growth and limit our construction costs. So we'll do that. And I will see you guys next time that there's some ramped up action. All right, and as we come in for what is going to be our final battle, I just want to kind of do a quick overlook. We have captured all of the Vanheim Mountains. We'll be moving in to the not the Sea of Calls, but the Longship Graveyard, the Icetooth Mountains, excuse me, here next, with the Altar of Crimson Harvest as our next target. We're going to be effectively splitting the scaling in 2 before we try and dominate them and really the entirety of the western half of the Sea of Calls. So, that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into it. We're going to let High King Ulfric take the lead, but we're going to we're going to allow Wulfric to come in and, you know, get some kills anyway. I mean, he is our champion right now, so we definitely want him to be there to help us out. That said, let's go ahead and get on into this battle. Oh, we'll give that to you. There we go. All right, let's get into this battle. The Altar of the Crimson Harvest was one of the greatest worship sites of Khorne in the entirety of Norsca. But more importantly to Ulfric, it was also one of the largest ports on the peninsula as well, not to mention its sphere of influence and control of the Sea of Claws. Should any trade or warships need to move through that narrow sea, it would be at the behest of the city's ruler, and so it was necessary for the Bjornling to have it. So Ulfric brought the might of his grand army down onto the city, only defended at that point by fanatics. He sent his greatest asset, his giant, to break down the walls and make way for his newest champion to prove his worth.
Bash their heads in! Drinking victory!
Orders taken.
And with that, we have a pretty decisive victory, although we lost a major asset in that battle in the form of the Norscan giant. Really hate seeing that go, but, I mean, 'tis the cost of war. We're going to go ahead and sack this settlement. We could just straight take it, but,
My challenge?
you know,
Undeniable.
we're still Norscan.
Undefeated.
Alright, and after that battle, we're going to go ahead and call it an episode. Next time, we'll be capturing Pack Ice Bay and hopefully Longship Graveyard and solidifying our friendship with Nordland here. In fact, let's take a look at our relationship with Nordland, see if we can...
Yes?
Yes, we can. We're gonna get that non-aggression pact. It's not it's
Empire's blessing.
not the best thing we can get, but it's a great step in the right direction, heading towards a actual fruitful relationship with our southern friends. So now let's go ahead and call this an episode. Let me know down in the comment section if you're liking this new format. I hope you are, because I definitely enjoy being able to play more than 30 to 60 minutes worth of gameplay for a faction. So, all that being said, until next time, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I'll catch you later.